Edo State, the heartbeat of the nation. I'm proud to be an Edolite.
What are you feeling like?
Feeling cool with myself.
That's good.
All right. Okpebholo and the PDP candidate, Ighodalo, Asue, knows their fate very soon. They concluded on electionary matters at the court of, at the tribunal, and judgment is reserved. They didn't even mention the date the judgment is going to come.
Usually they don't mention.
Okay, they will just call for.
Yeah, they will just
all right.
communicate.
Now, is there any cause of alarm for Okpebholo to be afraid of anything at all? Or some level of confidence that's been given to Asue Ighodalo that table may just turn? We've seen that before in Edo State during Oshomole's time. Is history going to repeat itself?
It's really difficult to preempt the courts. Really, very, very difficult.
These courts these days, we can preempt them more.
It's still difficult to preempt the courts. I kept
saying, for these days, we can preempt these courts.
No, let us not always think that way. Why it's not easy is you can wait. It's not like the whole election or the whole. I think they have about 4,519 polling units entirely.
It's about
4,519. Okay, and the ones in contention about 765 polling units. Okay, which is just about 17% on the average. So you understand what is the fraction. The whole vote there would naturally not go to one person.
Yes.
Certainly.
Definitely.
So, definitely. So what you go for an election tribunal is not, it's about the effect. If that thing had gone your way, okay, what would the effect really be exactly? It's just like penalty when you see in football match. You notice that when the last penalty, the other opponent has not played their own yet to declare a winner. Because even though they play and win, it is of no value.
Relevance, yeah.
It's of no value of effect. So when you get into that and check what effect would come out of that, would it overturn the election? Because it's not all of them are being challenged. And if you even look at the witnesses they placed out, they had limited witnesses. And Ikpeazu and the team were even saying that Asue's team did not even ask for the annulment of the election. And at the end of the day, it's only God that gives you what you did not ask for. That was part of what they presented. Okay? It's only God that gives you what you did not ask for. So it's still very, very open. That said, I know a lot when they were doing the presentation during the witness cross-examination,
yes.
We had issues that a few APC people they brought for testimony actually confirmed in part or in whole what PDP were alleging. Is a concern, but is this substantial enough?
But even they did that was going to be like a joker because they said the result of that particular unit were cancelled.
And whatever that was even in that testimony, all of them had adopted all their submission. You understand?
Yes.
So eventually, it is still open. Let me put it that way.
Philip, it's been a long walk to where they are now. Very long walk. It's a short time, but very long walk. Don't forget, he started sitting, gunmen came to the venue, and started shouting that they are PDP members. They didn't allow anybody to come nigh. They will fight at the venue. And in the course of all this that happened, I think 2 or 3 occasions, the tribunal was moved to Abuja, which we all vehemently said that it looks as if evil is taking the day, and the authority that has the power to quench evil are now running for the evil itself. Well, all good and said, they brought it down to Abuja. Now, they're in Abuja. Witnesses were supposed to come give witness here from PDP. They said they couldn't get here. They are playing. Whether they were flying with broom, they couldn't get here. It's been a long walk. How do you see it?
You see, when you ask the question whether Okpebholo should have some, air of confidence or fear should grip him, or Ighodalo should be hopeful, the truth remains that he that is damned fears no fall.
That's Ighodalo.
That's Ighodalo. Ighodalo would lose we had no further loss, even if he loses at the tribunal tomorrow, if the tribunal call for the judgment tomorrow. The only person here that will exercise fear is Okpebholo, because he is the one that has something that may be taken away from him. Whatever happened will either be Ighodalo's advantage, or it makes it remain where he is. Now, having said that, when you make the long analysis and his analysis, when the defense counsel were making their presentation, it was a very beautiful presentation. But don't forget, Ighodalo, counsel had a team of lawyers has said that, look, we are not particularly concerned with the vote at the unit. That what happened that altered the system is at the collation center. And we have gotten our certified true copy, and we have tendered them, and there were no objection, and they were admitted in court. So, whatever happens, it's like he said, you can't preempt the court. But it's very open. It can be anywhere, but whichever way it goes, the only person here that will exercise fear that will lose something is Okpebholo.
Okay. Okay, for this electionary process, election, tribunal, appeal court, Supreme Court, must we go through this process?
Because, do you know what we must go through? Because we are the kind of people who like to do nonsense. You see, if Germany just finished the election the other day, about 50 million votes
counted
in less than
24 hours.
8 hours. What's 24 hours? 8 hours. How many people voted in Edo State? Internet is the same everywhere. Now, to justify the nonsense of 2023 election, INEC in all the off-cycle election has dumped
Beavers.
Beavers.
The IRF.
The IRF, the online transmission, the test run in the Osun and in Delta State. Assembly. Yes.
And then Anambra State.
Anambra State.
First place, the test run.
They have dumped it now to give credence to the nonsense that happened in 2023. So when you speak and the people, I don't know why people are enjoying all this and the presented case, not presenting case. If this is were transparent, clear, I mean, all this calling of witnesses, 23 people, their car broke down in Lokoja and whatever nonsense will not come up. This quagmire keep creating opportunity to waste money on hiring sons for frivolities. Because this election stealing and manipulation, collation. What are you collating? If you vote, if I charge your account in your bank account, immediately it updates. Immediately it updates. What are you collecting?
Point.
Who collect the transaction you do in your bank branch to the headquarters? Who collects it? It's because these evil men continue to do nonsense so that we can be talking about it, we can be discussing about it, and we can be hiring your lawyers, and then when you not talk, they say you are not a lawyer. If you do something bad, if you play bad music, people will know whether they can play music or not. Do you understand?
Yes. Philip,
Yes.
This process, Obi has talked about it. Babangida came the other day. I'm sure they couldn't see what to take to the court with. They cancelled the election. We always said it was an election that was
Free,
fair, and reliable. But how come we didn't follow that process? How come every politician right now fights that process of the open ballot system? Why?
You see, you just said it. The man who came up with two-party system, built secretariat for throughout the federation, funded them, and saw elections in states, houses of assembly, to the National Assembly. The same man truncated that process, disbanded that electoral body that was in place. Remember, that's not the body we're using now.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you expect? We've said it on this platform, not people, we have said it. That look, our electoral system, our electoral body need to be revamped. Our electoral, umpire shouldn't be appointed by anybody. We have said it here. I mean, we need to change everything about our electoral system. Like we have said it here that look, if it is possible, let's not go for election. Just call the 5-man panel and announce who is the governor, who is the president. Because that's what you do. You allow us to go through all the rigors of wasting money, voting, campaign, and all that. At the end of the day, 5 men will decide who governs us or who is the president.
In fact, 3.
In some cases,
when it gets to Supreme Court, it becomes
5
or 7.
Or 7 exactly.
You understand what we're saying? So the thing is that, in fact, to everything, there's the advantage and disadvantage. To it, there's good, there's the bad. Whether we like it or not, with the Babangida Confession and his book, they take home from there. Now that this electoral system is not working, why don't we go back to that electoral system that gave us June 12th?
Exactly.
And start operating in it. Why do we have to waste our money to do beavers and all that? We
will not use.
We did an election that people will just queue up. They count them there and there. We don't have to translate. We count everybody. We record it.
This party agent will record it. This party agent will record it.
We record everything. We film everything there and there.
You see, the idea of using electronic voting, electronic accreditation, the electronic voting, you are talking about collation is stupidity, nonsense, it's nonsensical. And I'm ashamed of Professor Mahmoud, professor, to be heading an agency that will accredit you electronically. And you vote, and you will not talk about collation. I'm ashamed of Mahmoud. His intelligence needs to be interrogated.
Exactly.
His intelligence needs to be interrogated.
Exactly.
A professor, what are you collating? It's like debiting you, Pam. It's automatic. It's like debiting you. It's automatic. Nothing to collect anymore. Do you understand? He said that we'll go back to that option A for what's that called? That open ballot system.
Yeah,
Option A. Line up, we count people. We know and save all the money we give to INEC to print all these beavers that we'll never use. Throw away our voters card that we'll never use. Save the money, use it to do road to INEC office. And widen the road so that when we're going there to protest, we'll have enough space to contain us. Save that money. How can a professor be heading such junk? It's an insult to the nation. How?
And it brings in professors from every state.
It's like
you see, to monitor this election, and professor that prophesy can prophesy.
And they announced, somebody said that look, these people are the people they specialize in cheating in university. They are the people who will tell students to come after they finish the exam, they will go and rewrite, give them a booklet and write. And
I have a professor that is a friend.
So that's what
I've told him that I want to invite him to this show because he has also conducted election somewhere in Kaduna State. I've told him already that he must come.
So it's because the INEC refuses to do what they should do. That is why we are bothered about Okpebholo, Asue Ighodalo, and court this, that, and that. If it is clear, they will know that there's nothing to challenge.
If it is white and black,
there's nothing to challenge.
If it is June 12th,
there is nothing to challenge.
In fact, Tofa didn't have anything
to challenge. It is a shame that INEC can't give people what not to challenge.
And we were not this schooled that time as we are today.
Yes.
They were not to say that's why they annulled the election, because the man, you can't say,
he didn't win.
The court will not. There's nothing for the court to protest. So the worst they can do is to annul the election.
You deprive old men and women from going to their farms and markets in the villages. They will queue up vote at the end of the day. Like we said, 3 people, 5 people, 7 people will decide who will be governor, who will be president. This nonsense.
That number one, number one.
Nonsense. And they'll be quoting law for us that he didn't do it technically, whether Abuja is 2/3 or 12. Nonsense. Whether Abuja is 2/3 or not 2/3 or equal to state or not equal to state. It is vote that we wanted to count and win.
Simple.
Our takeaway is nonsense. We'll be right back on this.